what advice would you give to leaders who haven't been through that, but maybe they probably will in the future? What advice would you have to them giving back of how to manage that, both personally as well and professionally?
Thanks for asking this question, because actually we had some conversations about it with some people over the last few months in my company. You've got to trust your team, as in you've got to be there for your team, but you've got to trust your team and pull on your team. We have to be all in this together, and you have to trust that maybe we've never done something like that before as a team, but we will pull together and we'll just figure it out. So you've got to bring everybody on your team to that situation rather than try to be guarded and feel like, no, I've got to protect everybody now and I have to work all of this out, because actually, no, you cannot work this all out by yourself, because who's given you the blueprint? Where is the blueprint in 21st century how to manage a company and its people when a war breaks out? No one was expecting, right, that we're going to have a war in Europe in this day and age, but it unfortunately happened. We don't have a blueprint for that. So yes, you leverage some of your past experiences, but they will only take you so far. The rest you have to work out. And honestly, in some cases, the more brains you can put behind the problem, the better, because actually you will be most effective when you bring in different people to that situation. So, I was bringing people with, for example, different language capabilities, right? Because we were monitoring 24/7 practically situation at every single border with Ukraine. And I pulled people who can speak multiple languages, and because they were helping us understand what's happening in all the neighboring countries through their families, because there was just so much going on, and we couldn't at some point distinguish what was true and what was not. So we pulled in on some local people who were able to help us gauge the situation on the ground, right? No, the other thing I was just going to add, Chris, is the second most important thing for a leader to be effective in those kind of scenarios is you've got to maintain optimism, not only for yourself, because you've got to find a way to keep going every day, but also for people around you. They look up to you. And it is your role as a leader to give people hope in moments of crisis, not false expectations. So I don't encourage anyone to go and say, no, it's all going to be fine. How do you know it's going to be fine? Do you have a crystal ball?
Yeah.
But you do not make false promises to people who are going through deep trauma, but maintain optimism and give them hope.